You
Itaúna,
know
mas.
why?
Hum.
Because we didn't prepare in advance.
No, the Missouri.
Mzuri kani. Wewe ukale uongee ukisikie.
Oh, meu, prepare na shit to prepare.
Sinashe tuna I think about right
I
now.
think about it right now. Jomana.
You know, you,
Jomana ba Afrique. Atufanyake vitu
sema
fast
sasa
enough
ndio.
because we always say, oh, siku prepare. No.
Iko kama
Oni-
wakikutia on set right away.
Wakikutia on stage.
Unapita na ongea
Yeah.
what is in your
Okay,
mind.
swali ni when were you guys in school?
So I
Which
was
year?
so
Ndambiwa
in
tafuta mzigo.
Africa, I was in school from kindergarten to 5th grade.
Which year was that?
That was before we came to America. Tulikiaka America 2010. Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about 2010.
No, but that's the whole point. We have to talk about
Unasoma
our
maternelle kisha unaingia mu primaire kisha unaingia mseo, si vile?
yeah, we have to
Sikale
talk about
kwambie,
our experiences.
siku zetu si ambao tulienda kwa masomo tulikuwa kulikuwa hapa kwa mapapie au mabike.
Yeah, that's a good topic to talk about.
Ah,
Because
toka pale.
Tuache.
because you see here in America kids have everything, right?
Yeah. So thinking about batoto like Africa tulikuwa na tablet in school. Na calculator
Na
tulikuwa
computer
nazo.
iko kwa-
Tulikuwa tunaandika kubao. Na
Yeah.
ule maubao.
Hapa kwata calculator. Ukipata ka calculator unakuwa na chance like hapakuwa like scientific calculators. It was more like
Hivyo vyote vikukua.
Na
Yeah.
my computer now kids are going to school with laptop.
inawafanya
and
wanakuwa
everything.
lazy.
Yeah.
Like they can't think for themselves without using a laptop, without using a calculator. So that sounds like a good topic, right?
Na nani
Sana mgoka ni
ChatGPT. Kids right now are using ChatGPT to write their essay and
To write their
everything.
essay.
Yeah. You see?
Yo, what's good, man? Welcome back to the Gloire Show. Back here with my sister again, and we have
Hi.
two of our hosts. Our guests on the phone call right now, Amina and Mr. Dallas.
Yeah, we have guests today.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi, Amina.
Hi Christian. Hi. Bye.
Amina and Dallas, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. We forced you guys to do this. So I feel like this is gonna
Yeah.
be a really great topic, especially because what we see today with the youth, most of us are not happy because we feel as if we don't protect the youth, then we don't protect the future of the world itself. You know.
Okay.
But we want to go, right into our topic. So the topic of today is talking about just how was it like going to school in Africa? What was your experiences like? We can start with Amina, go to Dallas, and then me and Christina can take over.
Yeah.
Well, it was different. It was difficult and different at the same time because I was born in Congo and then moved to Kenya, and that's where I went to school. So first I had to learn the language, which was a different language. So they speak Swahili and English, and Congo do French. So I had to learn English to be able to be admitted to any of their schools. School wise, it was easy. I say once you joined, it was a little bit easy because as soon as you learn a little bit of English, like the ABCs, they give you the opportunity to start from the lowest. I was young, so I don't have much French to undo. So I started in class one, which is like grade one here. So I skipped preschool, pre-K, and all that. I skipped all that and just went to grade one because of my age. People treated me different because, first of all, I wasn't fluent. The subjects were different from what I was used to. And then supply wise, I already had let's say a book and a pen. That's all. That's all we needed. We didn't get no laptops, no computers, no nothing to see. So
So would you say
whatever was
like
being,
academically, like it was harder being a student in Africa than when you came to the States?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely 100%. Because when the teacher's teaching, whatever they like write on the board, that's your knowledge. That's what you have to either copy paste onto your notebook and then revisit that later. If you're not fast at writing, then if somebody erases that, then that's your knowledge gone. And they normally don't repeat lessons like that.
You know what I feel? I feel like teacher in Africa, they want you to come in the class and be ready. Like they don't want you to
Hmm.
come in the class and they will start teaching from A to Z, and they want you to be catching slow by slow. They want you to come whatever thing they teach you, you have to like catch it. Next day,
Yeah.
if they ask you, they want the right answer.
And if you don't answer correctly,
Mhm.
You
they
got
beat you up.
punished.
It's whooping.
That's the problem.
You know, okay. I mean, like in terms of like disciplinary actions in African schools, what's your take on those things like that took place?
I don't know if you were disciplined or it was fear. Uh, we were very disciplined because we never wanted to get in trouble. Because in Africa, you would definitely get punished immediately, or you get some kind of retaliation for doing something wrong. So if you had a test and you didn't pass, there was whooping. You would never escape that, no matter what. If you didn't do your homework, yeah, you will get punished. So the discipline was there because you knew if you didn't get things done right or you didn't do it the way it's supposed to do,
Right.
then you were going to get in big trouble.
So if we look at today here, especially in America, kids are able to talk back to the teachers. They're able to even fight the teachers in classes. And there's a lot of things that take place. You know, smoking, vapes, and all those things, and then get caught and just get suspended. Do you think that little whoop on the butt made a huge difference in decision making as a student?
Even the Bible says, sparing the rod is spoiling the child. You don't have to really whoop. There is other ways of discipline, but just the fact that everything here comes free and easy, and you can get away with anything. You can get away with murder if you wanted to. So I think like they're new and they don't want to discipline, and that's where the younger generation is missing out.
Okay. And also, like, if we take a look at students who come from single parents' homes, in Africa, there was something called, I mean, it goes around in some other, cultures. Basically, it takes a village to raise a kid. We talked about it, me and Christiane, from this last episode that we shot. It takes a village to raise a kid. So do you feel like when parents send kids to school, they should also give the teachers that opportunity to be the parents in those environments?
Back home, yeah. When I was going to school, when you're in school, you're those teachers' responsibilities, and if you did anything wrong, then yeah. I was raised by a single mom, and she made sure that the discipline that we left with at home is the same one we took to school. There was no talking back, there was no yelling, there was no teaching. If I seen a teacher, as long as it's anybody that's older than me and they're there to give me knowledge, they've earned my respect. So I don't know where I will have that courage to talk back to somebody and yeah and do stuff like that.
All right. All right. So we're
I
gonna.
think the teachers here are also limited by the rules and regulations that have been created around American schooling system. So it's either they're the ones that get disciplined instead of the kids, if
That's
you
right.
look at it.
Gotcha. So we're gonna move straight to Dallas. What do you have to say in regards to, just some of the questions that I asked Amina already?
But we can wait for Dallas. I think he's on the call right
Yeah,
now.
hold up, hold
Oh,
up.
he's back.
So I think let me add something to that, right? So African teacher, they they treat their students like their own kids. Like when they teaching, they like the parents. So that's why you see a kid who was raised and go to school in Africa, and the kid who go to school here is huge different.
Right.
The reason I say that is because if you see the kid from Africa, the way you respect the teacher here, and the kids from here, how they respect their teacher here, is way different. Because the teacher in Africa, when they teaching, they 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 put the teacher to the side. They act like their parents, to make sure the student understand and to behave and to respect elder. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember back in Africa one time I fell asleep in class, and this teacher just came and shoo, akanipiga fimo mgongo.
Because they want you to
That's
come
why
to
you see,
school.
you see,
Go ahead.
the kids over here, they always wanna fight the teacher.
You see what from the electronics that
Tuendele?
Yeah.
Kids over here, they always wanna use electronics, and that's the one that ruins those kids ahead. Their brain, they focus
you
too
guys
much
remember
on
when computers were introduced as a class? Like there was one class a week. If you missed it that week, you'd have to wait the next week because everybody needed to get access to the same computer lab.
I think
So
that
here they're provided with drones. Everybody has a
I
mini laptop in their bag
iPads, you're right. They can
that
take home.
the subjects and everything is loaded in there. So they have the learning material, but they're not using it for education purpose. They're just using it for other things.
it's like kids in Africa,
As
they
we
don't.
struggle for you to get that chance to use a computer, you was waiting a whole week.
Okay. No, absolutely. And what did you say?
No, it's like kids in Africa, they don't focus on social media. You see kids in America, they are different than kids in Africa. Kids in Africa are very smart. If I say they are very smart, it's because they know what they need in life. I don't say that kids in America, they don't, but they're on social media 24/7. Like they're not thinking about the future. They're just thinking about what they are doing right away. But kids in Africa, they go to school and don't know what they need. They are there to help their family. You may come with a low class family and you want to like be a rich person. You want to do something to like
Yeah.
help your family. I'm going to school to help my family. I want to be a doctor. So my family won't keep being poor.
Yeah.
You know?
I think another thing to look at it, just going off what Christiana just said, is that education in Africa is highly respected in so many different aspects. That it's just because here you're surrounded by so many different opportunities, such as you can be a content creator and still be rich in some way. You could go ahead and go to trade school and so on. But in Africa, most of the people that tend to make it in life are the ones that go to school. And if you go to school that imagine that your parents is paying for, of course you're gonna be serious and you're gonna
Right.
make sure that you make something out of that career. And that's the differentiation there, where we have school is highly valued. You get hired based on your education. Here, you most likely get hired based on your experience. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also like if we take a look in America today, I mean, there's a lot of African kids that do come here. What are some things that African parents should be doing in their homes to help their kids succeed in school? Because we have most likely free education here if you do well. But what are some things that African parents should start doing to help their kids succeed and not be failures?
Communicate with their kids. You know, when you communicate and you show your kids, I think we help. Ukishaikala kama mzazi unaikala kutelevizia ama kusimu, and your kids anakia anatoka kumasomo iko na homework. You know the first thing they always say when your kids get home, ask them how was your day? What did you study, you know? But if you say majority of our African parents, that's not what they do. Yeah, najua sema mimi natoka kazi, I'm tired, I'm doing this and this. Let me just rush in the bathroom and take shower and eat and sleep. I have a night shift coming up. You know, you don't know if your kids get bullied at school or anything happen, you know. That's why unaona kama watoto wa mingi wanakuwa wana focus kwa social media 24/7.
Because those are the people who give them the attention
Yes.
they're looking for. So they seek validation from outside rather than inside their homes.
Right.
Yeah. Amina in Dallas, you got anything to say in regards to that?
I say cultivate. Like if you're start instilling that dream. If a child has something that they want to become in the future, you as a parent, they're not even trying. They just focus on building themselves over here.
So Shauri,
I say
African
wake
parents.
our parents up
Yeah, right.
a little bit so they can be a little more involved in their kids' life.
Okay. And Dallas? Dallas, are you still there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. What do you have to say in regards to that? What should African parents do in order to help their kids succeed throughout their schoolings, career paths, and so on? African parents most likely.
Yeah. So what I can say is our African parents, they need to focus more to the kids, because when the kids they go to school and they follow what their friends do, they're not gonna listen to their parents. So that's why my advice to the parent is, please focus to your kids. Make sure you show them to be better than how they grew up. And show them manner, respect, and all that, like, and what to do and what not to do. You know,
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
because by the time the kids go to the school and start connecting with friends, it's over.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is one thing that we all tend to see in our communities today. Is like a lot of the kids in the African community, most of them they're going sideways. I always speak on this where our parents brought us to this country, a country that's filled with so much opportunities, to take full advantage of it. Because at the end of the day, we may want to go back home and build something. So if you do come here and you lack focus, you lack motivation, especially from the people in your home, if they're not supporting you and pushing you, then there's no value to bring. You're just gonna do whatever that suits you, but it's not gonna bring any value to your last name or to the community that that brought you up, if that makes sense. Yeah, but other than that, any last thing you guys would like to say? Any last thing, Christiane, Amina, and Dallas?
I say every person has potential. Every child has a special talent or something special in them, and they some of them do discover that by themselves, but a lot of them need our help. There's a lot that they can adopt and go the wrong way. But if you know any child, if you are related to any, I'll suggest just guiding them a little bit, just giving them the little attention that they need. It doesn't take much time out of your schedule. So we all should focus and build the next generation.
Yeah, amen. Dallas.
I think everything is I can say just focus with the kids. You know, imagine the kids go to school today. He's perfect. Next week he come, his pants is already here to the knees. You tell him do something, he tell you leave me alone. What you gonna do in that situation?
You most likely kick them
You
out the
know?
house.
Yeah.
That's what a
Yeah.
lot of African
So
parents have been doing.
parents,
Well,
focus on your kids. Don't let them fall off. And follow their friends. Just show them the way.
Yeah, that's true, Kisane.
me, what I have to say is let's focus on the future, because let's keep focusing on what we really need to get in the future. Chase your dream. Like if you want to be anything you want to, even if the parents is not present right there, and you really know what you really want, focus on it. Because end of the day, you are doing it for yourself. I know you have parents, but what you are doing it is for yourself.
Yeah. No, I can agree because if you really value your future so much, there's no need for you to jeopardize it. But yeah, well, this is the Gloss Show. If it's your first time here, man, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate our guests on the phone.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys for being part of this conversation. I think conversations like this are needed in our community. A lot of times we tend to just talk about things that bring no value, but I think this type of conversations changes the way we see the world, and it helps the kids, it helps the future of the nation, of the world.
Yeah.
All right, till next time, peace.